How we doing, Jets fans? Glenn Naughton, JetNation Radio and JetNation.com. Thanks so much for checking us out. Give us a follow on Twitter, @JetNation and @JetNation Radio. Log into our forums. Join the most active Jets message board on the internet at JetNation.com. We're going to be going live tonight on JetNation Radio, myself and Alex Varallo. Just wanted to cover one or two topics here to preview, and hopefully you tune in later. The Jets are obviously in a very bad spot right now, and some changes need to be made. Problem is, no one's going to trade. You can't go out and trade for a quality starting player right now, or at least it's highly unlikely teams are going to part with a starting level offensive lineman. That's kind of what the Jets need. But they have a couple of other things they can do to try to right the ship and get on track, and hopefully at least look capable on offense on game day. So as we've discussed ad nauseum, and a lot of people have, Denzel Mims, just get the guy in the field. All right, we get it. Whatever example you wanted to make of him, you've made it. But you can no longer say with a straight face that this team isn't better off with Denzel Mims on the field. I'm sure you've seen it on Twitter. I tweeted it out. Multiple people have. Just some disastrous play calling from the Jets this week. One play in particular where Mike LaFleur's got three of his receivers lined up in trips right, and they run identical in routes. I mean, you've got the entire field to work with. This is from the Jets' own 32, I believe, around there from their own 30. So they've got about 70 yards by 50 yards to work with, and Mike LaFleur has three of his receivers line up in trips, run identical routes, and they're all standing about 3 feet from each other. Some people have speculated maybe it's the wrong route, that somebody ran the wrong route, which makes things that much more interesting, right? Because that's why Denzel Mims isn't allowed to play right now, because he doesn't know the playbook. So you've either got an offensive coordinator thinking it's a good idea to clutter the middle of the field with three receivers and three defenders, or you're benching a guy who doesn't know how to play or who doesn't know the playbook in favor of guys who don't know the playbook. So that kind of, enough already. Let's get Denzel Mims on the field. That's step one. Number two, I said this during the preseason. Let's get a look at every lineman on the roster who's not currently a starter needs to be getting a look at right guard. I don't care who it is. I don't care. Chuma Edoga, I don't care. Greg Van Roten's a liability right now. And you got to get some guys some looks there. You have a few practice squad guys. Get somebody some reps at right guard. Dan Feeney, don't love that idea. I don't see him being any better than Van Roten. But maybe they go that route. He makes more money than Van Roten, so perhaps that's what they do. But I don't see how the Jets can stick with Van Roten, not only after he played the way he did, but after he comes out after the game and says, yeah, Zach Wilson has to get rid of the ball quicker. I mean, we know now what were the numbers yesterday where average time from snap to pressure was 1.7 seconds. Like, this kid has just over a second and a half to make a read and make a throw. It's just not realistic. You can't ask your quarterback to consistently do that. The third thing I would say, and again, it's a long shot, but at this point, why not get some reps at tight end for Kenny Yaboa? Because the guys they have right now aren't playing well in any facet. They're not blocking. They're not making any plays in the pass game. So if Kenny Yaboa, he's your most athletic tight end. He's the one guy that gives you a chance to maybe make a play with the ball in his hands after a catch. And again, this is speculative on my part because maybe Kenny Yaboa is a train wreck in practice and he's not ready right now. But you need to do something there. You can't keep rolling with Griffin and Croft and expect something to happen offensively. These guys, they're not making plays. Croft, I liked as a 2. Didn't like him as a tight end 1. And we're seeing now that he's not a tight end 1. There's a reason why he's never been a tight end 1. Again, doesn't mean he can't play. Doesn't mean he can't be productive. But at this point, you got to get somebody else in there. Get some playmakers on the field. Get some guys who, if Zach Wilson puts the ball on target, that somebody might make a play when they get the ball in their hands. And as far as I'm concerned, Yaboa gives them a chance to do that. Denzel Mims, of course, gives them a chance to do that. And you have to get a look at somebody at right guard because Greg Van Roten is not getting it done. So that's it for now. We're going to cover some of this stuff tonight on JetNation Radio. So follow us on Twitter at JetNation.com. And there will be a link coming out. I'll be sending one out at AceFan23. That's ACEFan23. Or you can follow Alex Varallo at NYJetsLife24. Or Dylan Terriman at Dylan Terriman, Terreman, on Twitter. But as I said, we'll be shooting out some links to the show. Feel free to tune in, and we look forward to you joining us.